Good day all, my name is Godwin and today we are going to learn how to reset or how to replace the combination lock of a Wincor ATM. Now what I have with me here is called the combination lock key. It's a key that we normally use to reset the combination lock. Now this combination lock, I got it from a decommissioned old ATM. Now this combination lock can also work for a new ATM, just that we'll have to change this dial because it will not work with the one on our new ATM. So now I'm going to dismantle this combination lock. I want you to see the inside and see what we need to work on the inside. Now when you open this combination lock, you will see what's called the ring. Now this ring has different things written on it which are very important. We have the arrow edge, which stands for the right hand side. So this means that the lock bolt points right as you view the lock from the back side of the door. So from the back side, if you open the cover covering the whole locking system of the door, you will see that the lock bolt points right. So it depends on the machine. Different types of machine have different types of the door might be different. So we also have the a left hand. That's also meaning that the lock bolt points left as you view the lock on the back side of the door. We also have another one that is called the VU, that's vertical up. It means that the lock bolt points upward as you view the lock from the back of this door. So but all these things, when you are trying to change for a machine, look at where it's pointing to and change it on that same point. We also have the VD. This is the one we normally use, especially our senior machines. VU means vertical down. The lock bolt points downward as you view the lock from the back side. But most of our older machines are pointed to arrow edge, but most of the new ones are VD. So now we have what is called a spring key. So this is what is used to point to where where you want. The spring key is an L-shaped metal that is very important. So now this is how the new one looks like. The newer machine, it is black in color. The ring is black in color and is written as LUR and D meaning down. So now we have the changing index, the opening index and the dial. Changing index is used to change the combination, while opening index is when you want to just open the combination, and this is the dial you normally use to open the combination. Now look at the back side of the safe. I've already opened it, so this is the back side, what you will see, and this is the combination lock. This is the combination lock and it's pointing downward. That's why in some cases you have to see it as VD, that's vertical down, or you see it as only D. Now I'm going to lose out a metal that is covering the combination lock. This metal is just used to cover the combination lock. So when I'm done, I'll just put back the metal. Then I'm going to lose the combination lock. Why I want to change this combination lock, it has been giving me issue for a while. They will try it over 20 times before they can be able to open their combination. So I've removed the spring key. Before you can be able to remove the dial, the dial and the spindle, you have to remove the spring key. Once you remove it, then turn the dial anti-clockwise and it will come out. So this is the dial and the changing index. So now this is still the combination lock. There are 4 screws that are holding the combination lock. So after I must have removed the dial and the spindle, then I will now lose out these 4 screws to be able to remove this combination lock. So that's it. So watch carefully as I remove it. So now I'm done removing the old one. Now I'm going to show you all the things you need to know about this one before I fix it on the inside. Now I told you that this is called the spring key. Spring key is used to choose the direction. So see, it's an L-shaped metal and it's very important. When pulling out the spring key, don't pull the tiny mouth part. pull it from where the remaining rod is, so that when you try to pull it, it will come out, it will not break. You just have to be careful, because there's a way you pull it and you break it. So now this is the ring where all those stuffs are written, like the VD and all that. So now this is the main combination lock. So this is the spindle cover, this spindle cover. So, and yeah, this is the spindle and the dial, the spindle and the dial. So we are not going to use the old one because it won't rhyme with the new one. The only thing we are going to put inside our new machine is this combination lock. All the other things we are not going to use it, but I'm just going to use it to show you how it works. So let's say we want to screw this thing in. You turn it clockwise for it to enter the ring. But when it now comes out properly, you can now set the spring key based on the direction of the lock points. Based on the direction of the lock bolt points. So now I'm going to choose VD. VD is what I'm going to use because the machine I'm about to work on is VD, is down. You might, on the newer rings that are black in color, you will see it down. D is only D that's written, but on these older ones that are golden in color, you will see it will be VD and not only D. So now I'm trying to show you how to set the combination lock. All these metals, they must align, and when they align, you take it to this direction for it to reach at this place that we have this lock stuff. So now if you look closely, you will discover that the discs are all aligned, and I've taken them to this particular position. So your disc must be in this position. Now another thing to watch out for is these 3 holes. The middle one is the most important one because that's where the combination key will enter. So now when we finish, we'll put the back cover. So when you close the back cover, you can now put the combination key and it will pass through that middle hole. So when you put it, you turn it. So we normally put it like, maybe if I'm using a wall clock to describe it, we'll put it at 6 o'clock and then we'll now turn it to 3 o'clock. So that's how it is when I'm using a wall clock to describe it. Now this is the dial. I've already mounted the combination. This is the dial and I've already fixed it in. So now I'm going to, like I told you before, D is also the same thing as VD. So I'm going to put the spring key on VD because this machine, the lock bolt point is on pointing downwards. So I'm going to fix it on D. So once I fix it on D, I will now start turning all these metal discs until they align properly. Once all of them are aligned, they are in the same direction. That means as like I can pass through all of them at once, like the way it is now. Then I'll take it to this point, this direction. Once I take it to that direction, if you look carefully, you see that that place that we have 3 holes, the middle one must align with the hole on this outer casing. My video is a bit shaky because I'm not with tripod. So now you point it at 6 o'clock, then you turn it to 3 o'clock, then you screw it. So what are we trying to do? Once you turn it to 3 o'clock, it means you have opened up the combination for you to be able to set in a new combination. Now the default combination that our ATMs normally come with is 50 into 4 places. You can equally set any combination you want. Now this is the lock bolt point, it points downward, so that's why we use VD. So now I want to show you how to set a combination. Now this is the opening index and this is the changing index. Now because we want to put in a new password, we are going to start at 0 from the changing index, then we'll count 50 into 4. So just watch carefully as I'm counting my 50s. So once I reach the 4th one, the 4th 50, I will stop. Carefully make sure that you are on the right place. If you are not sure, you scatter it and redo it again. So then you turn this key and remove it. Once you turn that key and remove it, it means you have locked in that combination that you entered. So once I have locked in that combination I've entered, it means that the password has been accepted by the combination. So for you to now be able to open it, you start your 0 from the opening index. You count your 0, and once you count it to the last one, once you reach the last one, you turn it clockwise, it will open. You will see that it's strong now. So once it's strong, you will hear a clicking sound. So once it's strong, you can now be able to open your key. So that's it. So that's how to set a combination. That's how to set a combination. There are still different other combinations you can choose, but I will advise you not to use combinations between below 20 and above 90. But you can use every other number to do combination. Now you can also do a combination in a way that you can choose, like let's say you choose 70 into 3. You can say let me dial 70 anti-clockwise into 3, then dial 60 clockwise into 2, and dial maybe 50 anti-clockwise again just once and open. So you can choose any form of combination depending on the kind of password you want to use. Some are complex, so it depends on the one you want to choose, but I just showed you the 50 into 4 places. You can also just do 40 into 4 places, 30 into 4 places. That's just a simple combination. So that's it. So it depends on what you want to do. So this is what I normally do when I want to change my combination lock. When I want to change my combination lock, this is what I normally do. So thank you for watching this video, and I wish you all the best in your quest to become a professional engineer.